Alright, so here's a translation of the video. So according to a source on Instagram, it says the singers sang "Who is Funke Akindele?" She is an aunt in the, let me see if I can find it. She's an aunt in the presence of the whole of Lagos. She's an aunt, right? Tinubu now says, don't even behave as if you remember that name. It is a big insult. It is an abuse. A fowl is an abuse, rather. In essence, a fowl wants to enter a house. It is bending down. How tall is it in the first place? So what are your thoughts? Oh my God. Right? So what are your thoughts on this, right? Do you agree? And on Tinubu's opinion about Funke Akindele, do you think that he was just being confident, or he was very disrespectful, like dismissing her as a candidate, you know, that she's not even worthy of being in front of him and all of that? Now that's the conversation. Now please, let's hear what you have to say. Remember, you can join the conversation, send us an SMS or WhatsApp to 081-803-4663. You can also tweet at us at PlusTvAfrica1 with the hashtag #WaveShow. So remember when I took my What's in the News, I talked about Patutomi saying that, you know, these same people, again, this is the thing that a lot of politicians try to, what's it called? They try to downplay the strength certain people have, right? I don't think it's wisdom, right, for him to refer to her like that, because Funke Akindele is not your average, what's it called, Nollywood star. She is someone that has been able to break through the barriers of both classy and the people on the street, the trenches, right? Sure. So, I mean, for you to come out and say that she is an aunt,
appeal to the elites,
yes,
as well as
she's one of those artists that cuts across all genre of all cadre of people. So it's not. I mean, I don't think it is wise for you to disregard or disrespect. So I will call it a disrespect. And again, in a way, you feel you are overconfident that Lagos State, you own Lagos State. Nobody can come and break the, what's it called, the current structure of Lagos State. You now go on and on about calling her a chicken. If you want to enter the, you don't need to bend down. Like, all of those things were uncalled for, right? Yeah. In all of these things, right, I feel like sometimes politicians, and when I see statements like this, it makes me think deeper, not just beyond what has happened. It makes me think deeper of how small or how little politicians see the people that elect them into office. Because you are just looking at us like we don't matter. Anything you want to do, I will just fling you. You're an ant. It's what I want. I'll squash you. You know, let me hear your thoughts, Laide, then I'll come to you, Chinelo.
First of all, if Funke wasn't present at the occasion, why did they even bring her name up at all? It means you're being bothered by her. Because if I'm so inconsequential, I shouldn't even register. Number one. Number two, the women supporting women, not supporting women, that own the intellectual property to come up with that tune. I disrespect to motherhood. Why? Because they say in Yoruba, I will say it in English, Omotoba Gapa Lomangbe. This girl, which we've always said of youths, that we need people to involve themselves in politics, that we've had enough of the same old. Then we have this young lady trying, probably afraid herself, thinking it's a mighty feat, but let me just try. Trying to put herself forward for our causes, to speak our language, to our generation. And you think what you should do is bring her down. If she's so inconsequential to you, why acknowledge her at all?
At all.
Let
me hear your thoughts, Chilelo.
I said I was going to shock you.
Yeah, shock me.
Okay, on a more serious note, it's campaign season, right? And I mean, these things are called Ori Efe, or what they call those kind of songs. Ori. Those songs.
Ori Efe, yeah. When you brag,
it's
Tokyo.
It could have been anybody. He could have sung about Jando. He could have sung about Bankidobo. He could have sung about anybody. Unfortunately, I don't know what conversation or what they were talking about that led up to that, the song, and then him talking about Funke and all of that. We don't know because we haven't seen the full.
It's just the clip that we saw.
Yes. We haven't seen the full footage. But then it's campaign season. It's okay. It's what they do. Jando can be campaigning tomorrow and then he would have something to say about APC. Or he have something to say about Tinubu. So yes, Tinubu should not have, right? We all know Jagaban can be a bully sometimes, right? So I think that's what happened there. But unfortunately, it happened like this. And you know, Instagram, social media, we like to see things like this because it keeps us...
It gives our blood pumping.
Yeah, we like just like
right?
this.
So I think that's my own opinion. That's what I think.
And I 100% agree with you that it's the campaign season. And that's why Lady said something that, why are you bothered? If she's such an ant, like you put it in the place. But here, I get you that it's campaign season. And you would expect things like this to start to happen.
Yes.
Where people are throwing jabs at each other, telling the person why you're not in your husband's house. So they will bring every dirt that you have to hit you really hard. Yeah. Again, because you matter. Yeah, because if you did not matter, your name will not be singing somewhere. And that's why I'm saying that is the trick with Funke Akindele. Amongst every other candidate, right? I have seen that, okay, they're there. But Funke Akindele has the capacity.
Yeah.
You know, first of all, the church she attends, do you understand? There are plenty. Then, the industry, and again, the choice of her audience.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So she's not the kind of person that you just push over and discountenance her. She's actually a force to be reckoned with. But where I now have a problem is, I want to look even beyond Funke Akindele and now face us as Nigerians. Because this exact same statement is what politicians would make about us. And they say that we are social media voters. We are social media because they discountenance us a lot, like we do not matter. Now what will you do? There's nothing you can do. And this is what we see time and time again. You know, how are we able to give them that right, that bragging right? Why are they so confident that no matter the noise that we make, that nothing will happen? We will still get what we want to get.
Yeah. It's because some people have sold us out. The Urgent 2K campaign trail foot soldiers. They act like bastards. That's the only language I can use. Because when someone gives you 5,000 naira today, that won't last you for the full term of their reign, and you sell your soul, you sell your birthrights because of 5,000 naira. Just like we were saying about baby girl lifestyle. While you are complaining that you have standards, Urgent 2K is willing to do whatever. So if Urgent 2K is willing to do whatever, you will get standard. They look, you say, no be woman, no be woman. Do you understand? They start putting everybody in the same basket. It's what the young people, the Oraisas, that have sold their integrity for bread of today have done, that make them look at everybody as in, you guys don't matter. Funke Akindele's influence, like you said, when she did Omogeto, when she did Jennifer, she brought their language into the mainstream, to the elites that weren't watching Nollywood. Yeah. And it was entertaining for all. Then we started having empathy towards them because we knew they existed. She had brought them to us. Then she went a step further and competed in the field of Your Excellency, the movies. So that I speak English, I'm a lawyer, I speak fluent English. And your language, I speak it as well. Right? When a Tinubu is considering the fact that you've been there for so long, now we have someone as a Davida challenging you. Because it's the same people you influence with your 2 kobo and 5 kobo.
That's the same people she has
their rapt attention by just speaking their language. She doesn't even need to give them. When she goes there and she does this and does that, everybody's excited. Because every entity in this world wants recognition. Like Tony Morrison said one day, she said, every human being just wants to know, I see you. I know you exist.
Yes.
These things are not sweet to say in English, but even a child has what Yorubas called eleda, your soul, your entity, your creator. I don't know how to explain it in English. Every entity in this world deserves respect.
Let me take, I think Uti has joined us. Hi, Uti.
Hi, I hope you can hear me.
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear, but we cannot see you yet. So I mean, Uti, this conversation is something that, I mean, we've all given our first 2 cents on it, right? When you saw the video, right, what was your first impression when that video came to your mind? To your eyes, rather, when you saw it?
It's election season.
Yeah.
It's a basketball time.
Yes.
That's it.
Could be anybody. It's election season. So, I mean, when I saw it, to be honest, I was like, what's all the fuss about? Because in truth, we're talking about anybody.
Yep.
When it's election season, it's just like when you have a boxing match and the 2 fighters stand in front of each other and talk trash. It's normal. It's boxing. It's election season. So when I saw it, to be honest, it was a flick past, and I was like, okay, so what's the story here? What's the big deal? Well, I guess at this point, right, everybody's senses are heightened, and everybody's looking for something else to add to the list of sins. So it will happen. It's not the first time he said something. It's probably not the last time he will say something. It's really just a waka pass thing. That's all I can say, because it wasn't. It's a perspective. That's how he sees it. How do you see it? It's a 6 and 9 situation. Whether you agree, whether you don't agree, we should all just move on, because he's probably going to say worse than that tomorrow.
Absolutely. I am expecting that from him, honestly. But, you know, I was going to say, Uti, let's even look beyond Funke Akindele, because the confidence that Tinubu has, you know, it seems like this territory is untouchable. And that's how I saw the video. I don't know about every other person. So I saw that video and I felt like, what's giving you what's it called, that you're coming out with your full chest to say, come, who is this one that wants to, so where we are coming, you said you want to come in and all of that, you want to talk, you know, I mean, I don't want to play the female male card here, the feminism or the, what's it called, gender card. I don't want to play that card. But you see, for me, it was more of like going back, stepping out of that conversation, because let me tell you something. Funke Akindele was just a reference point to all of us. But our social media, what's it called? Social media voters and
campaigners,
right? What he's trying to, for me, what he was trying to say was beyond the Funke, was beyond the Funke Akindele. I think that he was just trying to pass that message that this is a territory that you cannot even cross. Do not even think about it. Should we be what's it called? Be calm about that kind of level of confidence that he would have?
So again, it's perspective for me, right? Everybody at some point, if you are telling the truth, you've made that statement before. Who is this person? As in, do they know what I know? Where are you coming from? Do you get? There's a level of experience and expertise you get in some spaces where you're just like, when a new person comes into the room, your first thought is, okay. The fact is, whether you like it or not, from your perspective, you've proven yourself and this person is unproven. Whether you like him, whether you don't like, he's been in politics for a lot longer than she has been, right? You can't argue with that. So I don't know that I'm overthinking it to the point where I'm relating it to other, whether it's to the voters or to the people. Like to me, like I said, it's just grandstanding. And that's what it is at this point in time. Everybody's trying to show that they're on top and they're the best. So I don't know that I can equate it to saying that's the thought process around everybody. And we don't have enough of that video clip, right?
Right.
To get the full context. Like Lady said, how the conversation got there or how her name came up. So I don't really know what the context was in which it was said. But the fact that they were singing a song, they probably will tomorrow have a song for another opponent, right? In reality, the thing for me is, like I said, whether you like him or not, He's been at the game of politics a lot longer than her. Can't argue with that. That's just plain fact, right? So if it's coming from that perspective, he's just speaking the way he sees it. It's down to, look, we've all said, come election day, right? Go and vote your conscience, make the best decision. So we should focus on getting people, for me, to go and make that decision. If they know that that's not who they want, then go and pick who you want or who you believe will be better for Nigeria. But I think the more, look, at this time, all publicity is good publicity. Whether you are, as we're here having this conversation, some people are hailing him, some people are like, please, even more motivation for me to go and vote for somebody else, right? So this is the whole game. Let me be as sensational as possible. And guess what? People are talking about me.
Yeah.
Generally, I want to say something.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are talking about this as well because of the Emilio Con episode, right? I don't think if he had previously had that Emilio Con, if he had not had the Emilio Con episode, we will not be making lots of fuss about this particular video. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying he should have done that. I'm not saying he should have ridiculed her. I mean, saying that thing about a chicken bending, come on, that's very insulting. I find that very insulting.
So Uti, I want us to go on a break because I would like to hear what Nigerians have to say about this because I really don't have much to say.
I have some.
But I wanted to say that you made mention of something now. You said that he's been there long enough before her. That is a given, and I give that to him 100%. But banks were there long enough before fintech. What is happening now? Do you understand? Because you see this mindset that we carry in this country, and this happens a lot, that you forget that a 2-year-old has an experience that you might never ever understand or decode in your life. Yeah. You know, we have this mindset and we've carried it across board, even beyond politics, in everything. And that's probably why we are stuck where we are as a nation, because we do not see that there's anything to be learned from the younger generation or from the young people. I've been there long enough before you come on, sit down there. What do you know? Go and sit. You know, that's the mindset.
You said it.
I said it.
Yes. Before we started the show.
Uti, you wanted to respond to that?
I just think that you're overthinking it. I mean,
I'm not overthinking it, Uti.
Uti knew. It's not that serious.
Uti, don't use your logical mind to do this. It's not that this conversation.
Identifies as a 40-year-old. A 2-year-old can never be 40. We're not talking about experience now, right? It is a fact. Has he been at the game of politics a lot longer than she has? Yep. Absolutely. Now, if you want to equate it and say, you want to say, oh, because of that, they don't think that she has anything to offer. Now you're adding context. Mine was just pure fact, right? So I'm not saying there's nothing to be learned, but has he been at the game longer than her? Yes. Can she bring something different to the game? Maybe. We don't know yet. But that's not what I was saying.
Okay. I just want to put that out there. Let's go on a break, right? When we come back from break, I'd like to hear your thoughts on this, right? I want us to relate it to all the people that are yabbing, all the social media people, and say, you people are just online supporters, online campaigners.
Market noise.
Let us talk to ourselves. So stay with us. We'll be right back. All right, thanks for staying with us. Now, if you just tuned in, it's our Ladies' Night Out. And we are discussing the topic, Tinubu's opinion on Funke Akindele. Is he a sign of confidence or just outright disrespect? Now, please, let's hear what you have to say. Remember, you can join the conversation. Send us an SMS or WhatsApp to 081-803-4663. You can also tweet at us at PlusTvAfrica1 with the hashtag WaveShow. Now, our phone line is now open. The number to call is 07025007749. That's the number to call, 07025007749. And remember, turn off the volume of your television set when you call so we can hear ourselves. Lydie, you wanted to say something?
Yes, I wanted to say we've always said it as a joke, and I think it has gotten into Jagaban's head. You know, they say if you live in Lagos, Tinubu is your daddy, right? If you live in Lagos, those are your parents, not even parents. Him and Remy Tinubu. We have given him the power. We have said it many times that, oh, he's in control of Lagos. He's been in control of Lagos for 16 years. Nobody can take it from him. Of course, he will start believing the hype, which is what it is. They've hyped him up so much now that he feels he has bragging rights wherever he goes. It's like saying, you're the greatest. You're the champ. When you hear it often enough, people will start saying that, oh, I am the champ. I am the greatest. Who's going to challenge me?
No one.
I mean, Floyd Mayweather does it with boxing. Exactly what Tinubu is doing. Floyd does it with boxing. Who are you that?
Who is this small fry?
Did you Google me before you came here, or you just?
Did not tell you about me?
You didn't hear about me. You were not informed too.
You were not informed.
Everybody does it in whatever field they're in.
Yeah.
As a mother, having raised these two people, if someone who just raised 7-year-old is challenging my motherhood, I would ask you, have you gone through university with children? Have you gone through dating with? Do you understand? So based on that history that he has bragging rights. And we can not take that away from him. That's where it's coming from. But what they want you to understand is a new sheriff might be coming into town, sir.
A new sheriff. On that note, we have a sheriff on the line. Benga, you're live. Benga, good evening.
Good evening.
Well, just listening to you ladies. Well, I think Uti is actually very right about our opinion. It's politics. And what they're just playing now, it's all about politics or personal interest. You would be shocked when you hear what Akindele will say about him in a private space. That's what they do. It's like pull the other person down, whether what you're saying is true or not. We all know in Lagos, for you to come against Tinubu and win, it should be another war.
Yeah.
That's the truth.
It is.
I'm from Lagos. I'm a Yoruba person. I'm not a foreigner. I'm an indigenous.
Can you imagine?
So I know what it takes. The entire Lagos, like the Lagosians in Lagos, they are up to 30%. The real indigenous of Lagos. But because we are all Yorubas, we learn to love one another. Let us be brothers. And over time is given access to strangers. Yes, that's what has happened. And you can't receive this power from them so easily. The structure of Nigerian political system is being so terrible from the amalgamation. We can't stop the way things are. Even in Nigeria, we can't stop it. What Tinubu is doing in Lagos is what the Fulanis are doing in Nigeria.
Sure.
Thank you. Thank you. I mean, it's reality. So, I mean, the conversation is for us to just hear your thoughts. I mean, I'm not, see,
We're not arguing with
I'm
it.
not arguing, honestly, because
We're
the truth
just
is, the truth, like you rightly said, in all honesty, ain't nobody come and tell me anything about raising kids. I've been there, done that, right? But I'm just saying to you that, should we not also be wary when we start to see all those kind of things? Because our banking industry, they were bragging. They say nothing will happen until fintech came and just shook everything.
How many of you have accounts with fintech today? Stop it.
We don't get to, and that's the truth too. Uti, why you pouring aside my Gary this evening?
She's playing devil's advocate.
No, but it's the truth.
Yeah.
Even though fintech has come to disrupt things, really, how many of us here? We will still trust the bank.
We will still trust bank. Say these people that don't have office are the one that I'm going to give my money to. The next thing they will say the system crashed. They can't remember how much my balance was. It's not funny. But let me go back to Funke. Funke, I believe, being a Yoruba girl, would never play that game that Jagaban.
No, she would never try.
Reason being that we were brought up to respect our elders, regardless of what they say. So if only not to offend the elderly supporters that she has, she will not play the game the way he's playing it. And he has that too. And
I think, in all honesty, I feel like that was outright low. You can't disregard somebody because you feel like you are on top.
Yes.
So I've seen this play out. Someone really close to us, you know how the season, my people now, they sabi travel out of the country, and so one day someone close to me approached and said, "Oh, I would love to also live abroad and everything." Say, You looked at her. So if everybody goes abroad, who would they welcome people
carry us for airport? You said so.
So when you make a statement like that, what you have said to me is,
I don't expect.
But I'm not overthinking it. Some people find it that you are not worthy, you're not deserving.
Yeah, and that's not.
You never do good.
Right.
Let me take Shomotu from Lagos, I believe. Let me take. What's
with the combo?
Shomotu, you're alive.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Okay, so I say turn off the volume of your television set when you call. Go ahead.
Yeah. I'm hearing your conversation, what you are discussing with Okay, so I can ask the question. Go ahead. I can.
So they will have to cut you off. Yes, they will have to cut you off. When you call, please turn down the volume of your whatever device you're watching from.
Why? So
because you see that feedback, we cannot hear you. You cannot hear us. We just lose time. Uti, you were going to say something. Uti, is Uti there?
It's not right.
My mouth.
What did you say?
Talking about it, right? It is by action. Let's be clear. So even if you tell me that, Uti, you're not good enough to do something, what's going to happen? I will tell you because I'm going to prove to you that I can.
Watch me do it.
It doesn't matter what you say, right? It is deeds that count. So that's why when you say it now, right, no matter what anybody comes to say, even if you say this person is not worthy, what's the onus? The onus is for that person to go and prove themselves. And that's what we're waiting for. Is let's prove ourselves in this conversation. The people that are talking are talking. The people that are doing. So let's prove ourselves. So it's like when you talked about saying that, nobody can come and tell you about motherhood, right?
Yeah.
Today, let's make sure everybody understands the real story. Because it doesn't matter how much we all sit around the table and talk about it. What you can guarantee right now is that the man is mobilizing an army that
absolutely. Let me take Bakre from Ghana, I believe. Sorry, Uti. We have a call from Ghana. You're live.
Hello?
Hi, go ahead. You're live.
Yeah, I want to contribute to the
Go ahead.
to the issue you are discussing.
Okay, sir.
The statement that Shwaju made is not looking down on Funke. But what he's trying to explain is that she is a little sister, my daughter in the game, and she cannot beat me in Lagos. And that is a statement of fact. Yeah, Tinubu has never been defeated in Lagos. And if he said, Funke cannot defeat him in Lagos, I don't think he's looking down on Funke. The bigger guys have tried it and they've never been able to defeat him. So it's not about pride. It's not about looking down on somebody. It is a statement of fact.
Thank you. And I believe that's why Uti is saying that currently as he's talking, the confidence that he has is that he's mobilizing his army. People. So let her do the work. Instead of just waiting and saying somebody called me an ant. You say, come and prove that you're not an ant, that you're an elephant.
Okay. You know they say
but you know ants can kill an elephant.
Yes. Elephants have noticed in the jungle that when an ant goes up that your trunk, you have the most discomfort in the world. So ants are dangerous and they can move more than their weight in size. One thing I want to say, I'm going to say it in Yoruba and then I'm going to transcribe it. The reason is that they carry weight. People who understand these things would understand. Tinubu sees us as ariwoja, market noise. Yoruba say, eni to ba nba noja ni ko kojumo, is who you are buying market from that you pay attention to, not all the commotion going on behind you. So left to him now, she's commotion. She's not big enough for him to even
talk to in the first place.
On Funke's end, that kind of conversation, who the hell do you think you are kind of mentality, is an inspire to aspire kind of challenge.
She should be inspired by this.
Inspire to aspire to perspire and then retire.
Okay.
By the time she's done.
Let me take Austin.
One more thing.
Austin, you're live.
Yeah, good evening.
Go ahead.
Let me try to correct this notion about Miloko, which a lot of Nigerians don't seem to understand. The Miloko thing is talking about his son in APC, not his son in Nigeria. You know, because in 2014 there was this gentleman agreement that when the president leaves, when he's through, you know, you had ACM and CPC coming together to form APC. They were the major two alliances, you know. So when people were working against him and they were not going to give him that chance, that was when he now came up with this Emilio Conte. But people are misinterpreting it to say, oh, it is my turn in Nigeria. No, he was referring to APC.
Okay, go ahead. So,
And
on this topic.
and the other one I want to say is that, okay, Uti is very, very objective in her analysis. And as far as she's concerned, this is you know, we're in a political season. You hear all sorts of things. And I mean, they are usually non-issues, really.
Absolutely, and it should actually be a challenge to her. Thank you so much, Austin.
Don't take it personally.
It should actually be a challenge for her to say, you know what, I can do better. Like, you know, Uti had
I also wanted to say, there was a time there was no Tinubu in Lagos. So let Tinubu understand that the same way you came and you started feeling like a demigod is the same way seasons happen. Your time would end.
One time, yeah.
One more thing.
Uti, wait. Uti, go ahead.
No, I think I've pretty much said all I want to say. I think the thing is for us not to be distracted. There's a reason why the conversation is around all these people that are talking on social media today. Will they go out and vote? And it's a very valid question, right? Yes, ants can take down an elephant, no doubt. But you see, in this particular reality we're talking about, like you said, he's undefeated. So until it happens, when it happens, we'll not be like, so it can happen, right? So until it happens. So the conversation is around how do we all play a part in making it happen if it is going to happen.
Absolutely.
Because the same manner of confidence with which he's talking on his side, we are talking it right now in social media. It has not manifested.
Absolutely.
It needs to manifest. So when you don't like what you're hearing, then better be ready to do something about it.
Absolutely.
It's not on social media we're going to do it.
Absolutely. Let me take love out from Abia State.
The conversation has life, where you want to now be like, look, everybody has been saying it, go out and vote your country, vote, because that's what really matters. So the idea is, look, we all need to educate ourselves. We need to understand how the system works, because like it or love it, I believe it is misguided when we think that politicians are here for the masses. They're here to be for themselves. You cannot be, until you get into power, you really are just talking. Do you understand? So the objective is to get into power. The objective is not to better Uti's life. When I get into power, then I can now care whether Uti have lives that I want to better. But right now, you got to get into office.
Absolutely. Let me take Loma from Abia State. You're live. Loma, you're live. Are you there?
Yeah, good evening.
Hi,
good evening, my sister.
Good evening. Go ahead.
See, I want to let Jagaban know. I know he is the law in Lagos, but don't look down on the younger ones. It happened in Imo State when Aton Serite was the law in that area, but it was his house board that defeated him in an election. So sometimes you may think you are still there. Look well before you fall, because things are changing. Politics are now evolving. Youth are coming out. So you may think that the old order will still take place. If you don't take time, before you know it, the younger one will just slide you and you will fall. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. We have comments. Let's take comments.
The comment didn't come through for me.
Go ahead.
Okay, that's.
Whether it is campaign season or not, an elder statesman like Jack Gaban aspiring to govern the country
Oh, wow. Go ahead.
should please be circumspect in talking in the public. My worry is that even the women in that crowd were nodding their heads in approval because of patronage, and tomorrow you talk against male chauvinism. I saw it as insulting because she's qualified to contest. I like her courage in the first instance. We need to hear from the candidates how they can fix the country, not throwing jabs or ridiculing each other. I expect him to be fatherly, call her and jokingly tell her, I like your courage, but wait for your turn, not now. Let us know that there is life after politics. This is Austin from Delta.
That would have been nice in an ideal
Go
world.
ahead.
Someone said, will you allow a small fry show to compare with your ways? The point is, we would not discountenance them.
So, and I was
That's
going to
our
say,
own way.
on ways, I don't disrespect anybody. Anybody that knows me knows that I give everybody an opportunity.
Chance, yeah.
You give them a chance. If they're able to do well, fine. If not, you say, okay, goodbye. But not to call somebody an aunt, where you come from? Who you think say you be? Anybody can be
Discredit
great.
them
And guess
before
what?
you've even seen it.
Even with money, billionaires were billionaires until one tiny person will just call for social media and overnight becomes a billionaire. So it just humbles you that come.
Sanitizer billionaires
Yes, now,
when
COVID happened. But let me take your comment, Uti.
All right, so this one is from Kingsley from Delta. It says, good evening, ladies. You guys are doing a great job out there. My opinion here is Tinubu disrespected Funke. Just imagine the kind of candidate ABC is projecting to be the president of Nigeria. God forbid bad thing. This man doesn't regard any Nigerian. Tinubu should learn that there's time for everything. Your time has passed. Go home and rest. 2023, go shock APC. Says he's obedient.
Okay, let me take Anthony, then I'll come back to you, Uti, for your final comment. Go ahead. Anthony, you're live.
Okay, my own opinion about this issue is that Tinubu is demonstrating a ownership mentality. And I feel that what he did is a pure disrespect to
Funke Akindele.
the PDP aspirants. So, because as a candidate, he has the right to be voted and to be voted for. So, to me, that is a pure disrespect.
Thank you. Uti, go ahead with the comments, please.
This one has no name to it, but it says what Tinubu said to Funke. He equally says that to everyone. He took this presidency thing as a birthright. We go shook him 2023. They will collect our bullion van cash and vote you. They will collect your bullion van cash, okay, and vote you out. Tinubu that can't hold Nigerian flag when he want to rule Nigeria. He's wasting his time.
Thank you. Overconfidence. Go ahead. Says, good evening, my dear beautiful sisters of What Are You Saying? #waste. Tinubu's opinion on Funke Akindele, confidence or disrespect. Me personally, I don't support what Jagaban did, even if he did not mean to look down on her. He talked carelessly, and this may ruin his presidential ambition, because Jagaban has been in politics before her, does not justify careless words towards her. Also, Funke Akindele is a force to reckon with in the country and beyond. Imagine calling her an aunt. There is God, though. My name is Daniel, your always regular fan. You see, for this Funke Akindele's thing, she's actually a big deal. Yeah. I went to Gabon, Libreville to be specific. Inside one, you have to take smaller plane, enter water and all of that. And I entered the salon, and they were watching Jennifer's Diary. So my point is, I want to look beyond Funke Akindele, because somebody said something, and one of the commenters said he says it to everyone. He sees people like who are not worthy. That's my point. You cannot, as a presidential candidate, right, be speaking like that. It is actually distasteful. Michelle Obama, when Michelle Obama said that thing that when they go low, you go high. Not every campaign must result into this. I get it that these are campaign theatrics, but this is how most politicians, and that's why you need to demand a press briefing from a president. You need to demand them to talk to you as a people, because this is what a lot of our politicians don't see us like we matter. They don't see us like we count. Who are you to talk to me? And all of those what's it called, antecedents, we must put an end to it and demand some level of respect. That's my point. So this, for me, I don't know, I'm getting upset, but it's beyond a Funke Akindele for me. This is how most politicians see all of us, and we need to put a stop to it.
Yes, this is exactly the points we're making. It's not so much about Funke. Let's not focus, and we're sorry we focused on the Funke thing. It was the catalyst for the discussion. The point is, every single person, mostly, let me not say allegedly before they sue, almost every single politician that has served in office does not serve as someone who went there for service. They went to acquire wealth or to fulfill the dream they've always had, which is what Tinubu is displaying. I've always had it as a dream that I'm going to be the president of Nigeria, and nobody is going to take it away from me. It's not so much about anybody else. It's just, before I leave this world, I will be president. That's what he has in his mind. But please don't get me wrong. Well, these two people are Yoruba. That's why I'm using the Yoruba saying. It says there's wisdom in children and the wisdom in elders as well. And that's how we put Ile-Ife together. Remember, my story was up out of Oni of Ife. But the point they're making is, Nobody has monopoly on knowledge or wisdom
or
of
power.
experience.
Nothing.
Even. Your experience may come with age, mine will come with exposure.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Okay, quickly,
situations.
Chinelo, in 1 minute, then I'll come to Uti and let's wrap this.
Okay, I mean, all in all, I don't think, like I said earlier, it's just the whole
Politics,
campaign, it's the whole political season and whatnot. He shouldn't have spoken that way. He shouldn't have spoken to her in a demeaning and condescending manner. But you know what? I won't be shocked if tomorrow I see
says
Funke.
another one again.
No, if I even see Funke Akindele with
She says,
Jagaban
Abio.
together.
Aha.
Okay.
And she will kneel there and say, Daddy, I
Daddy,
can't. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Uti, your final one comment, 1 minute.
I think I was just going to say that just is a watch this space thing. She may take the high road, she may take the low road, whichever one she takes. I personally don't care. My own is down to where are we going? Whoever gets in power, what we want is for Nigeria to be greater, for Nigeria to be better. So let us do the work that it takes to get us there. But this thing is a non-starter for me.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. I think we've had a fantastic conversation. Yes, this is just to spark up conversation. So for me, it's not so much of the topic, but it is what people are saying about it.
Yes.
And guess
What
what?
are you saying?
For me, I'm seeing it beyond the Funke Akindele. Politicians, stop looking at us like we're ants. So ants can bring down elephants.
They can do and undo.
So, we'll see you. Thank you so much, Uti. Thank you, Chinelo. Thank you, Laide. Now, before we go, do ensure you follow us everywhere. It's at Show Africa. You can interact with us further, drop your comments, and most importantly, follow all our engagements on social media, like, share, and invite your families and friends to watch and follow the conversation. Now, if you missed the quote today, this is the essence of all this conversation. It's when I look at a person, I see a person, not a rank, not a class, not a title. So let us start seeing people as human beings and give them the respect that they deserve, regardless of their status or cadre. We'll see you guys tomorrow at 8 p.m. as we bring another great conversation to your screen. Enjoy.